Hello and welcome to C is for Crone. It's June 7th still, almost 11 p.m., but it's still June 7th. Today's thoughts are about a few things. Grief and grief. Grief. In the middle of doing a phone video for yesterday. So, it'd be good if I can just trust the carpet. On the TV was tiny home thing. No sneeze. Got out today, even though it rained. So the big plan of mowing and getting on top of the grass didn't happen. Just too wet, and then it rained and hailed. We got hail today. But I'm happy to report that no flooding in the basement. Flooding in the basement does happen because there's a crack in the foundation and it likes to come down. I think what happens, the water comes in the window well, and then under the window is where the crack is, and then it comes in there, because I don't ever get any ground seepage in through that crack. Hopefully this summer I can get that cleaned out so that we can with some help. When I say we, probably my assistant Rob, my lovely assistant Rob, figuring out how to fill crack. And so, because that would be good. My goal is to completely just do things in the house that are simple, easy as possible. Like, I really want to redo the living room, but there's a lot of furniture in here. There's lots of heavy stuff in here, like that in here. Got the overhead light on tonight instead of this lamp, because I do have plans on trying to do a little bit of tidy up in here. But as it's getting later, I'm getting tired. And that seems to be a big frustration for me, is this wanting to, but between pain and migraines and fatigue, and then not feeling good because I don't know where I ate something, or it's allergies. Sometimes it's a whole buffet of things, and I just don't feel good, and so I don't get stuff done. But I kind of figured out the last couple of days why all these organizational things are not working for me. My biggest problem with them not working is the place at where my head is at versus the place at where my body is at. Now, there has been a lot of physical going down over the last 6 years, versus where my head's at. When I'm very enthusiastic, and if you're wondering, that was tiny home living big in a tiny house. The specific video, not that you probably could see, was Spectacular Zen Inspired Dream Tiny House. There you go. That's what's on there. I'm watching YouTube. Anyways, my headspace a lot of days is still in like my 30s, like 35. And I can do this, my best. And I want to go and do stuff like I did when I was 35. Like I could do whole ton of housework all in one day. Get baking done. Oh, excuse me. And I was motivated to craft and just go out and be active and that kind of thing. My body and the way I feel is, and from what I've seen, it is closer to like 75, 80 years old. I'm very stiff. It hurts to get up and down from chairs, walk up and down stairs, and stand there and do housework. I get exhausted very quickly. Like, I wasn't joking when I told people I can get pooped folding a face cloth. And so it becomes, doing everyday chores has become very, very difficult. And it's frustrating. And when you get frustrating, then you get flustered, and then you get tired. I'm more tired you've got pain going, and you're tired, and it's tired and tired and tired. So I'm a procrastinator, and that's true. But it just gets worse and worse, because you're having to think about whether or not you can actually do something. And we all know that when you start doing that, then you can just think yourself out of doing stuff. Well, that's not a good thing. Not a good thing at all. So now I'm having to do the rethink about what it is I can and cannot do, so that I can organize my day. I can actually organize my day, and it will be a functional day, and it will work, and then I will quit being frustrated and that kind of thing. Simple things like for gardening, I'm going to do this little spot here instead of all of this stuff, so that I can have energy enough to make supper and do dishes and sweep my floor all on the same day. And potentially not hurt myself when I do it, so that I can't do anything for upwards of a week. Because sometimes when I'm doing stuff, yeah, it can take a week before I recover. That's the obnoxious part of having fibromyalgia and osteoarthritis. My Raynaud syndrome, basically just, if I get cold, it flares up, and then I'm in like incredible pain. Like it can be almost excruciating. It stings and it's sharp. And with the osteo, it feels like things are rubbing. You've got sharp and rubbing. So this really, it's not cool. Not cool at all. So I need to get caught up. The brain has to get caught up with the body, so that I can get things in more of a balance. I really believe that that the mind and body really do help the spirit connect with everything else, and so that you can feel good and motivated, and that's where the happy comes from, and joyful comes from, because I think it is unrealistic to sit there and think we're going to be happy all the time. This American dream sort of type thing. I guess North American dream, because we kind of adopted it up here in Canada. Ooh, sorry. I hope you didn't hear that. I didn't do much, and just a little squeeze. But this, the idea of that American dream, you know, living big and happiness comes from purchasing things. As a general whole, just doesn't. I think it sets us up for failure, because the more stuff we have, the more stuff we are responsible for and to look after. And in my grief journey, this is hard. There is so much stuff here to sit and sort through that the clutter really is clouding and squashing me, you know, because it's like, oh, I look at the shelves that I haven't gone through. Like, I'm looking at them now, I'm going, you know, like, I gotta do that, and it's all that energy, and then they're full of dust, and I'm severely allergic to dust, and so it's like, you know, I don't want to wear a rebreather with a big industrial mask so that I can clean my house. I really don't want to do that. And this isn't just a Band-Aid ripping thing, because for me, the dust actually will flare up. The allergic reaction to the dust will flare up pain, and it reacts with my arthritis. So, you know, there again, more thinking. So I'm overthinking. You know, instead of just doing, just do one shelf. And I had talked about that months and months ago, about the power of one. I think like last summer or last fall, something like that. The power of one shelf. You know, one load of dishes, one load of laundry. Because if you do that, then you're picking. You pick at your bigger thing. So it is not quiet in here. All the mess that's in here makes energy noise. And so that's part of the rethink. How can I decrease this noise, get things done, because moving stuff seems to upset me as well with my grief. Grief is definitely affecting everything, and I'm probably adding more pain, because a fair amount of depression in this first week of June. Excuse me. You know, and it is hard to just downsize my life with him into cleaning up my house. So that's why I discovered for me, the organization isn't going well, as much as I find these little things, and I still have all the little labels are, you know, still on things. When you hurt, when you're in pain and you go and it hurts to do stuff, then you get unmotivated to go and do stuff. On that note, I do have a doctor's appointment coming up on the 17th, and we're going to talk about, me and her are going to have a conversation about my lower back and some simple things I can do at home besides heating pads and all that kind of stuff, to help me with that. I'll also be doing some online research, because I think I've got sciatica now. I think I've had it for years, but just not to the extent where it's flaring up. I stand there and try to do dishes, and within 5 minutes, I've got pain all leg down, legs crossing down. That anything. So I am really hoping that realizing this, becoming more smart about myself, and paying attention to what my body is trying to tell me, I will actually find solutions, and then I will feel better about myself and more motivated. Well, Here's hoping, anyways, right? Because you never know. But yeah, so it would be really good. I can't wait to like show, feel comfortable about videoing anywhere in the living room, and your guys are not looking at like clutter. My finger all of a sudden looked like really long. Anyways, like this kind of stuff, but all over the place. That's I blame almost 2 years of dialysis too as well for wearing me out. Yeah, it just wasn't good. It's not, not good for anybody. The stress that was of having to travel to go do that. So anyways, wish me luck. I hope this is being the 7th. It's the Monday. I did get outside and plant the rest of some bulbs that I had. So that's good, because if they die, it's because ants eat them and not because they dried up in my porch. I am losing seedlings that I had on my table. So if I want peas, I've definitely got to get outside and plant my peas. I would like to clean the table off too. The indoor garden thingy was good, but it's not, I don't want an indoor greenhouse. I'm thinking that's what it is. So anyways, once again, thank you to all my subscribers. Less than a week till the big 5-0. And still not 100% sure what I am doing for the 50th birthday. But I am entertaining the idea of doing a numbers thing, 5 + 0 = 5, and revisiting my 5th birthday. It wasn't a great 5th birthday. It rained and, that kind of thing. So, yeah. So, thank you for watching, and I'm going to try and continue this trend of videoing every day for the week before and the week after my birthday, and maybe to the end of June. Okay.